Hello everyone, this is Nitin here. I hope you are enjoying my video, you are learning and you are growing with watercolor. So in this video I come up with a very exciting watercolor tutorial. So it's mostly about the kind of landscape and it's going to be a very simple. I want to make it very simple so you can grasp and learn this amazing medium. Because a lot of people are saying I'm not creating a tutorial, the landscape. So I just thought that I should work on that, but I'm not going to deep into this, landscaping. So I'm creating a sketch because this is where. So you need to decide where your edge will be. So I want to make this entire paper. My field will be this from the entire bottom part, and the rest of the top one will be kind of sky and a landscape, far distance landscape and all that. So I am making a little bit of tree which is a very far, okay, and there's quite a few the forest kind of scenario, and maybe even more far distance there will be some rocky mountain and all that, and a little further I have some more trees here which is closer to my eyes, okay, and few more which is slightly far, okay, and this is the kind of the field layering. So this is the kind of a story we have, okay, and now let's we will going to complete this in a 3 different layer. So let's go ahead and we'll do the first layer, but before that and so I just wanted to bring a very important news is that I have recently launched a new category tag in my Patreon page where you can access my very exclusive watercolor tutorials where you can learn from, you can explore, and there are a many other rewards are involved in those tags. So moreover, what is really interesting thing is that I will be creating a very interesting the watercolor tutorial with the proper introduction and all of that, and I'll be uploading those tutorial in my Patreon page, and if you become the part of my tier categories patrons, then you will have a chance to access all of that. So please visit my Patreon page and check all of those categories. So Patreon is something which gives you a more ability to learn and grow and access a lot of exciting the tier level rewards which I offer to all my patrons. So before starting this, let me introduce my color palette. This is cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, sap green, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, orange, and this is sepia, and this is red, and you're not able to see that other part of the color. I will be also using the black and the horizon blue. So that's a kind of the color palette we will have. So let's start with the sky. So what I'm going to do here is and as mentioned earlier, I want to make it very simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking this ultramarine blue, and I'll also mix a little bit of cerulean blue, and there's a lot of water at this moment, and I'm just applying here like this. And now what I'm going to do is just right after that I'll just take a plain water, a lot of water, and put it here. So a lot of water this time, and I'll just put it just below this. So now the moment it connects to this, there you can see that's a very wonderful, the bleeding happens, okay, and you can just take it forward like this, no matter even if you are overlapping your sketch. Okay, now if you want to introduce any other colors, you can do that. So I want to make a little dramatic feel on the sky, so I'm using this yellow ochre, and I just put it here, a little bit of it. Just gently. Okay, now we have the field which is very far. So what I'm going to do here is, since it is very far, so I'm taking a very light color here. So again, the ultramarine blue, mixing with a little bit of yellow ochre, and I'll just place it here. Okay, now the moment you are coming further, I will try to make things more obvious. So, and this is very important. Okay, and since we are coming very close to our eyes, so okay, so now as you can see, since we have completed our first layer, you can see that the paper got blotted, and don't worry about that, because once it get dry, it will get settled by itself. So you can see I have used very minimal color. Don't do much effort into it. Let it dry completely. Don't work until it's not dry. So let it dry 100%, and then we'll go for the second layer. Alright, so now you can see this painting is completely dried, so there is no moisture at all. So this is the right time when you can start doing the second layer. So starting with the second layer, first I will start painting the object which is a far distance. So as I said, the Rocky Mountain, so we need to make that. So what I'm going to do is I'm using this burnt sienna and mixing with sap green and the blue, and I'll be making this mountain. Okay, so these are the mountain in a far distance. So these mountains are actually very far, and that's the reason we wanted to make it very light. Once this get dry, this will be even more lighter. So now let's move ahead one step ahead. So here, this just below the mountain, I would take a little dark, not much, but a little dark here. As a second layer. And just I'm adding yellow ochre and this green. At the moment I am coming even more further, means the object is near to my eyes, the things will be a little more darker this way. I hope you're getting me.